and the Washington Commanders. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They're going to look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for the Commanders' touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick six to take the lead.
Part of you have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25. Six officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Lawrence will try again after the pick six. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Throwing to start the drive. Ball. He finds his man. Complete. It's Moss. Finding room at midfield. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
We'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Now Lawrence on first down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Now that's mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Operating from the gun. Ball going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. They'll give this up the middle to Portis. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, you know, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 60 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On play action, Lawrence. Caught right side is Lewis. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to find the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They've gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll buy some time. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Luke Farrell from a yard out. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. McManus's point after is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half. Touchdown, Washington! A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. An extra point by Sly is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run once more with Taylor. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Open man, this is Lewis. He's got the first down and more.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They go play action now. Lawrence. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Lawrence on the sneak, and I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Lawrence now to throw after that last run. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point from McManus is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A final shot before break. Ball. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence throwing middle, and it's complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. They go play action with Lawrence. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2nd down and goal. Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
129 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. They'll go right back to the ground with Portis. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To throw on second down. Ball. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. An inside give. Here's Portis. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it here with Portis. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Second and goal from the 1. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a give left side. It's Portis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available.
Touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this Lawrence hit and the ball is free. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence escaping the pressure right. Goes right back to Smith again. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass. Ready?
Here we go, gotta have it. Lawrence. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. It is complete right side to the tight end Farrell. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. It's a throw again is Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. Well, the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
It's a room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 57 yards. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season openers.
Let's fucking go! Let's go!
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
And now here's another interception. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
A gain of 3, second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The city always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Commanders, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm the best, as you know. And I can't on my own. Keep my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's